Good morning. I hope you're having a beautiful day. My name is Luna, and today I'm going to be sharing with you a meditation, morning or midday, whatever time it is, wherever you are, meditation, to help us reconnect with our inner self, to help us manifest love and gratitude for what we have, for the simple things, and a little yoga flow, some breath work, and all you're going to be needing is your mat, nothing fancy, body length space, and a positive energy and positive attitude with an open heart. So I'm gonna wait, I'm gonna give a few minutes before we start to see if more people join today, more beautiful souls join today for meditation and yoga flow. And please, if you have any questions, if you have any comments on how you're feeling these days doing these classes, how your body's feeling, your mental energy, your emotions, please let me know. I would love to know from you. I would love to know what you feel, how it feels in your body. And if you want to share anything, please go ahead and do so. I would love to hear from you. I'm going to wait a few more seconds, a few more minutes, I'm sorry. Okay, I think we're gonna start. Hopefully this class is gonna be saved for 48 hours, so you'll have time to do it. If you're not able to do it at this moment, you can do it later. So I always just use a block just because it feels good on my spine and on my hips to have them elevated above the ground, but you can just go ahead and sit it straight on your mat. You don't need to be sitting on a block or anything. And we're gonna start just moving our neck towards one side, doing circles with our neck, and towards the other side. Say yes with your head. And we say no. I never play music because I like to give space if you would like at home to play whatever feels nice for you while we meditate and do the flow. And that's one of the reasons why I don't play music. And you just get to hear my voice. And I'll remove the block. If you had one, you can remove it. Interlace your fingers behind your back, and we're gonna bring both hands with the fingers interlaced behind towards the left. And once they're towards the left, bring your left ear towards your left shoulder. Just bringing it apart from your right shoulder and drop your right shoulder, noticing where there's any tension or resistance in your body. Right now, I feel my hip flexors kind of tight. Yesterday I was working out training, and now I feel them, definitely. So if it's a yin yogish class, it's gonna definitely help. Restorative movement class. And we go to the other side. Now bring both of your hands towards your right and bring your right ear towards your right shoulder, just bringing apart and dropping, releasing any tension that you might find on your left shoulder. And as you inhale, come back up and walk your hands towards the front. You can slide them. Just bringing your forehead towards the ground. Okay, we're going to start walking your hands towards your right and keeping your shoulders squared. Do not let this happen. This like rotation, it's kind of like a door that our body's gonna try to do, but try to keep them both facing the ground. And so now you're gonna bring the palm of your left hand on top of your right hand and keep squaring your chest towards the ground, and maybe you can bring your forehead towards the ground. You'll feel a nice stretch in your latissimus. It's like this muscle that we have on the side, like right above, lower than your armpit. It's like this part that we have here, that side external part. So just feel it, feel that nice stretch on the outer side. And as you inhale, come back to center and now walk your hands towards your left. And bring the palm of your right hand on top of the left hand. Just keeping your chest squared. Just let your forehead sink into the ground. Squaring your chest. Just feeling that nice stretch in your latissimus on the right side. And coming back to center, walk your hands towards your pelvis and lift your chest. And we're gonna do a little bit of breath work before we continue moving. Just to refocus and remember, if it's in your practice, your Ujjayi breath, that's totally okay. You can activate it, and you might sound and might feel that if you already have it in your practice to kind of silly to go over it again, but it is always nice to refresh and remember and reconnect and be super conscious of it. So if you do have it, just follow along and just refresh it. It's always good. And even if you're new to it, then please just feel free and enjoy it to learn this new breathing technique. So it is called Ujjayi breathing, and this is the breath that we use in yoga. It is a breath that is super centering, and wow, there's something really to it. We try to imitate the sound of the ocean with this breath. That's the attempt. So it kind of goes, I'm going to do it once. I have 3 ways of explaining it. One is to imitate the sound of the ocean, like I said. So it's with your mouth closed, and the air kind of goes through your, like, you imagine that you're breathing with your throat. So I'm going to do it and just listen to it. If it's already in your practice, just go ahead and do it. And as I give the 3 examples, if it's in your practice, try to visualize it as I say. So you just now try to imitate the sound of the ocean. You can close your eyes if you want to. Okay, that's one way of doing it. Then the second way of doing it, and then I promise that we're gonna, once you find your visualization of it and you got it, we're gonna stay a while just like breathing into it. The other one is to to visualize as if you had a hole in your throat and you want to breathe through it instead than breathing through your nose. So just with your mouth closed, try to breathe through your throat. And the other one is as if you have a glass in front of you and you want to fog it, you know, like go like with your open mouth, and then you want to unfog it as you inhale. And once you do that for a couple of times with your mouth open, pretending that you're fogging the glass in front of you, try to do it, but with your mouth closed. So you kind of go like, fogging the glass, and then you unfog it. So try to visualize the 3 examples that I gave, and find the one that suits you best or that resonates more with you. And we're gonna just stay here for a couple rounds of breaths, connecting to our Ujjayi breathing. You can close your eyes if you like to. Try to make each inhale as long as each exhale. Very rhythmic, like the waves of the ocean. And if you have your eyes closed, slowly start opening up your eyes. And I'm gonna show you one thing that I want you to start right now and putting into practice. So as we breathe, I want you to feel your chest, your rib cage and your upper chest, your upper back, how it opens up your rib cage through your breath without really using your lumbar or your lower back. So it's not this, okay? Not just like collapsing, but rather to just feel it, keeping your like engaged, your belly, shortening the space between your rib cage and your bones that we have here in our hips. So try to shorten that space between as you bring your belly in. And now when you inhale, feel how your chest expands and like it wants to go up. So once again, we're gonna go for a couple of rounds like this. So really feel it. I also like to place my hand on my chest, and that way I feel how it's moving upwards. And then once you've done for a couple of breaths, we're gonna do it like maybe 5 to 8 breaths like that, and then we're gonna add protraction. I'm sorry, like my words right now. Yeah, my second language is English, so right now I have kind of like messed up Spanish and English. I just felt like a Spanish class. So anyhow, just think as you inhale, do retraction of your scapulas. Okay, so you're gonna exhale, and then as you inhale, you're gonna roll your shoulders and bring your scapulas together, and exhale. Your shoulder blades are gonna just squeeze in together as you breathe in. Not using your lower back, but rather just think of your chest and how it opens up as we breathe in. And it's like a really good breathing technique, and it also helps when you want to do back bends. Not that we're gonna get into anything fancy or do back bends or whatsoever. It's just something really nice to keep in mind, and you enter into a very like a way of meditating while you're doing this breath. Okay, so we're gonna go first without doing the shoulder blade retraction, just breathing. Two more like this. Now we add the shoulder blade retraction. So inhale. Beautiful. Okay, and now that we've done that, I don't know if you took any of my other classes that we did the other day, or guided meditations and breath work, and we were doing it's called Niauli, and then it's like you're gonna breathe as you move your stomach. So if you haven't had anything to eat, that's perfect. If you just ate something, it might feel kind of weird, so maybe don't do it right now. Just keep centering your breath on your Ujjayi breathing, and maybe just watch, and then you can try it when you have had nothing to eat, or at least you haven't eaten anything for an hour before. The reason for this is because we're gonna really move all of our organs in our stomach, and just it's a lot of movement. And if you just ate, you're just gonna, because when we do it, even if we haven't eaten anything, you feel your stomach as it's literally on your throat. This is very beginner, like it's something, I'm just sharing my practice with you. It's something that I'm putting in practice every day. But I'm new to it. I haven't practiced it in a long time. So just follow along. And this is like the very first steps of it. So I'm gonna be like this so you can see how it goes. But the technique, and maybe I won't be able to speak as I do it. So it goes kind of like you're gonna inhale and then exhale all of the air. And once you have exhaled all of the air, it's gonna be like a vacuum, and your belly, it's gonna just like come in. So with no air, you're gonna suck in your stomach and then start like pumping your stomach. Right now I'm not doing it properly because I haven't exhaled and done what I just said, but it kind of goes something like that. So you just keep it in mind. And I'm just gonna go like this so you can see. Okay, so Yeah, because you can see here. So I'm gonna inhale, exhale, and once I've exhaled, I try to speak. So I won't be able to speak. But you start pumping your stomach and kind of like also moving, thinking cat-cow with your spine, and you'll definitely feel it in your throat. That's the reason why I can speak while I'm doing it. So just try ahead and just see if you feel it. If you don't feel it yet, that's okay. It takes practice to feel it and to really do like the entire movement of your stomach, okay? So we're gonna go to your own pace. We're gonna do it for 3 rounds of it. And one more time. And one last time. Just gonna let go of your breath. Okay, so this is a breath work that you can do every morning before you ate anything. Maybe you can just have some water, but try when you practice it, try to not have food in your stomach. So we're gonna go. I'm gonna go back to my mat. I know stay where you are at your mat. So I'm just gonna sit once again. Come to tabletop position, and we're gonna go for a couple of rounds of cat-cow. So as you inhale, lift your chest, bring your shoulder blades together, look up, and as you exhale, think of cat pose, rounding your spine, rounding your back, looking for your navel. And as you inhale once again, look up. And as you exhale, look towards your belly button. I'm going to start doing circles towards one side, just imagining that you're inside of a peanut butter jar that's almost empty. You're just trying to scoop all the peanut butter with your body. And towards the other side. Putting into practice your ujjayi breathing if you feel like it, and you're going to start practicing it now. Bring your toes together, spread your knees mat width apart, and slide your hands forward and come to child's pose position, just sinking your forehead towards the ground. And come back to tabletop. Curl your toes under, bring your knees hip width distance apart, and push with your hands towards the ground, and also with your toes, and lift your knees away from the ground and lift your hips towards the sky. Entering a downward facing dog, just pedaling, taking your dog for a walk, bending one knee and the other. Release any tension that you might have on your neck. Say yes with your head and say no. Then come back to your knees. Bring your toes together, child's pose again. And as you inhale, shift the weight towards your hip and open up your feet. Mat width apart, upward facing dog with a variation. It's kind of like a cobra upward facing dog. Spreading your feet wide, opening them up even wider than your mat. And as you exhale, bring again your toes and bring together and bring your hips towards your heels. And as you inhale, come back to center. And as you exhale, back to child's pose. And as you inhale, come back, your hips towards the ground. Spread your feet apart. And child's pose again. Walk your hands towards your feet. Bring the soles of your feet together. And just grab your feet, and as you inhale, lift and lengthen through your spine. And as you exhale, forward fold. Just feeling any resistance that you may encounter. Try to keep lifting your chest. Inhale, come back up. And now that we have moved our body for a little bit, we're just gonna come back to center. Bring or block if you want. Start our meditation or without a block. You can also use a pillow if you like. And start closing your eyes, feeling your eyelids very heavy, letting the palms of your hand rest on your knees. Start connecting with your breath. Start observing your body, how it feels after moving. If there's any difference between when you first stepped into your mat until right now, to this point of the practice. Or is it something change as you are more conscious of your breathing, of your breath and the air that flows through your nose and down your throat, all the way into your chest. Notice the sounds around you. What things can you hear? Perhaps it's the bugs, the sound of the bugs and the crickets outside. Maybe it's the sound of the wind. If you're lucky, you're next to the ocean. Perhaps you can hear the ocean at this moment. Sounds of the cars, sounds of the neighbors, sounds of the people in your house. Just notice the sounds around you without judging. Observe them. Zooming in into the sound of your thoughts, hear the sound of your head, of your emotions, the sound of the breath coming in through your nose and down your throat. All the way to fill up your lungs with air and oxygen that will go into your entire body. Notice the temperature on your skin. Let your tongue float inside your mouth. Relaxing the face and your skin, the the skin in your face. Letting go of any tension that you might have. Noticing the tightness of the clothes that you're wearing. Noticing the softness of the fabric. Breathe in and breathe out. Really notice how your breath supports you. How it's been supporting your body ever since you were born until this day. Noticing your heart, how it beats. It hasn't stopped beating since the day you were born. Our heart is the first organ that was created when you were in your mother's womb. So how come nowadays we tend to listen more to our head and to our mind and to our hearts? And it's been the first one that's been there with us. It hasn't stopped beating since then. So for a moment, feel gratitude for having your heart, for having a healthy heart. Notice it, how it's visualized, how right now your heart's pumping so much blood to your entire body. And say thank you. Feel gratitude towards it, towards yourself. Feel your heart and feel your heart space. Feel your vibration. Feel your energy. Feel the pulse that vibrates within you. The frequency of love, frequency of light, frequency of freedom, joy, and compassion. That is your true essence. Love is your birthright. And let's always move from love. Let's always move from our heart. Breathe in and breathe out. Whenever you find your mind wandering around towards the future, the past, or some type of emotion, just bring it back and center it once again towards your breath, through your breath. Every time your mind starts to wander, just focus once again on the air that enters through your nose and down your throat and filling up your lungs with air. I want you to visualize a white light that burns and its origin starts in the center of your chest, in your heart, and starts expanding as you inhale and as you exhale towards your entire body. And every time it starts getting more power and spreads all over your body and around your space that you're at. It's this shiny, bright, white light. It's a light as bright as a million suns, just shining with the same intensity and power as the sun does. And starts just filling up the entire room that you are, and your entire house, it spreads so much, with so much power, healing energy and power that starts spreading towards your neighbors, house, towards your entire country, and it reaches every people, every soul, every being that you couldn't even imagine. And this light starts spreading all over the world. That way from where you're sitting, you can send this light everywhere that you want to. It's a light full of intentions, filled with love and freedom and compassion. With love, freedom and compassion, just extending this light towards the entire world. At this very moment, you have that power. You are love. You are light. This moment is a reminder of your deep and divine connection within the universe. It's a reminder that we are all one. And as you keep shining this light with a lot of intention, love, and healing and positive energy, and your mind wants to start wandering around, I invite you to repeat this morning mantra. I am love. I am light. I am love. I am light. And as you repeat it, your light shines even brighter and brighter. I am love. I am light. Just keep repeating this mantra as much as you need in your head. Keep connecting with your inner light, with your inner sun, with your inner connection with the universe and other beings. Now it's time to slowly start coming back to your mantra. To slowly start coming back to your body. That light also starts coming back towards your, concentrating towards your heart space. You're not that light anymore, but at the same time you do. Because you are love and you are light. It's a reminder on how important it is to just keep this in mind. To feel your love, to feel your light, to feel your vibration. It's positive and healing vibration that lives and has been always there with you by your side, one with the universe. Feel your energy at this moment. Feel the renewed energy within you and around you. Feel the stillness and the calmness in your mind, in your head, in your body. Embrace it and know that you can always access to this state of mind. You just simply need a moment to close your eyes and connect. Disconnect and reconnect to your inner self, to your highest self, to all that you are. Keeping your eyes closed, bring the palms of your hands above your head. Bring your thumbs towards your forehead, towards your lips, and towards your heart space. May all beings in this world and other worlds be happy and free. And may all my words, thoughts, and actions contribute to this. May all beings in this world and other worlds be happy and free. And may all my words, actions, and thoughts contribute to this. From my heart to yours, namaste. I really wish you have a great day, morning, afternoon, night, wherever you are. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate. I love you all. I send you a lot of light. I send you a lot of love. And I hope